Elon versus Trump. Let's get into this. So much to cover. So what is behind the fallout of these two billionaires? Out of nowhere, there's truth comments, tweets, even Kanye West got involved. Before I go into the feud between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, President Trump, and most importantly, I'm going to discuss how this impacts government contracting, because Elon Musk was the force behind DOGE. DOGE is all about cutbacks, cancellations, terminated for convenience, T for C. And Trump really pushed moving to GSA schedules. So what does this mean when you have two superpowers, these billionaires saying, hey, we're going to cut back just in time for the grand celebration of the greatest nation ever?
Vibe, and with two people who are like sitting here on the grass enjoying their time, and they tell me this has been a vibe. What brought you here to the parade today?
Honestly, we didn't really come for the parade. We just came to visit DC and check things out, and we kind of...
We're going to be able to show the world we have saved billions and billions and billions from cutting back on government contracts and other spending. And the timing with all of this is very suspicious. We still haven't seen the Epstein files. Just the other day, there was tons of stories out there talking about the Job Corps centers. All of those contracts are being defunded. What happened to that? However, I haven't heard much else about it. Boom, all these tweets are going on. So Elon Musk was very upset over the one big, beautiful bill. Not beautiful bill. So Musk said it's a disgusting abomination. It kills EV tax credits, fuels deficits, and he went on and on. I mean, this was over the course of more than one day. So this wasn't just oh, I'm gonna wake up, oh, this bill is terrible, big, beautiful bill is horrible, make some comments, drink some Diet Coke. I think that's what he likes, right? And keep it moving. He went on and on and on about this. And recall several months ago, Elon was so upset that there was this preposterous bill put out for vote. And he said, wait a minute, how are you gonna put this bill out there? It's this big and nobody's read it. What are we doing? So he's going back to the messaging he put out there months ago. What does this say for us in government contracting? What does this say for us already? What this says is the powers that be are not a contracting officer. The powers that be are not even the end user. The powers that be are not the American taxpayer. When it comes to government contracting, there's so many players involved, and we are just there to provide a product or service. Unless you are involved in something where you have major touch points. Some of these cuts, the cuts for EV and solar, it's been reported that that's the case. This is a situation. However, what about fossil fuels? What about other industries? It doesn't seem that that's the case. What that means for us as government contractors is having that same mentality. You have two billionaires arguing. That's great. We're not billionaires yet. So this means that if you want to get a contract and keep a contract, it's important that your stakeholders are happy and you don't go rushing off to X. Why? Because wait, there's more. I am on Truth. I am on Truth Social because the president loves to post on there quite regularly, and I have peer-reviewed publications. So I'm in a build season, don't forget. Contest is in a few months. So the president responded, easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I guess Doge is doging on Elon, huh? I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. This is from Truth. Donald Trump, I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. It's a record cut in expenses, and he goes on and talks about it. He then concludes with, this puts our country on a path of greatness. Make America great again. Well, Elon, being Elon, he didn't just say, okay, let's see how that works. Elon then said, He said, does not matter one bit. Elon didn't care because he said, well, he's like, I'm just going to basically put a big stop to space exploration. So President Trump threatened to remove and cancel his contracts. Elon pretty much said, okay, well then you're basically not going to be able to go to space anymore. Because what's happened to space is privatized. Did NASA go and rescue those astronauts? Is NASA talking about going to Mars? So a big lesson to take from this is to be prepared. Be prepared, because this may be a line you have to cross. For some, Elon did cross a line. They may think, okay, he went too far, threatening to cease Dragon, threatening also. He basically threatened and said, Epstein files, y'all ain't getting the Epstein files because Trump is mentioned. And not only did he say that, right? It's here on X. Save this. So he said, you're not getting the Epstein files because Trump is in there. He said, time to drop the real big bomb. President Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. So if we were to do this as government contractors, oh boy, it would be a mess. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. That's what Elon said. That is exactly what he tweeted. He posted a video of Trump and basically made a face like. Then 4 hours ago, he said, in light of President's statements about the budget and he's surprised Biden didn't cancel everything, he said SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. Once again, that is the side effect of privatizing. It's something to think about, and it's something for you to be aware of when you're a prime contractor. Then he basically said that the vice president should be president. Oh, I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, then he went on to post all of these videos of President Trump with Jeffrey Epstein. It gets even better. He pinned a survey or a poll. Is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? Yes or no? 37 million people have viewed this. 81% said yes. 19% said no. 3.2 codifying DOGE cuts. Not sure if that's going to really happen. Making these extreme cuts with the federal government contracts and leaning into DOGE. I don't really see that. Are they going to potentially come together? I mean, if Kanye West had his way, I mean, goodness gracious. The fact that Kanye West tweeted and talked about basically, it's sad that two titans are arguing. I mean, I was like, wow. I really did not see that. He tweeted exactly, bros, please no. We love you both so much. And I think it's the men, two dudes hugging emoji. Wow. What this means is this is not our fight. This is not our fight. This is not our time to make public comments about this. This is not the time for that. This is the time to keep our eyes on the ball. The fourth quarter in federal government contracting runs from July, August, September. This is the time of the year where the federal government has to spend money or they lose it. So being distracted by what these two titans are going through, and then you throw in a little sprinkle of Kanye West. No. What this also means is lean into and be prepared for midterm elections, fall of 2026. The outcome will really lay the foundation. Because if the presidency flips, and the office becomes Democratic again, please. They're gonna be spending, you might as well get the guns out, the money guns, the money. It's gonna be everywhere. When I think about David Goggins, I think about books that talk about manipulation, influence. They hone in on taking one soul, defeating a person. Kind of, I think Mike Tyson even talked about that, or you'll see it with Fighter. It's just, you're wanting to take that essence from them. And others talk about the power of infighting. And that's what you see right now. But at the same time, Elon Musk is not an elected official. President Trump, he only has this term and that's it. So keep an eye on what's going on, but just be aware that this is not our game. This is not our fight. Nobody's thrown up the hat to go run it. This is the time to make sure you understand what it takes to find, bid, and win government contracts, what it takes to put together a proposal.wins.com, what it takes to execute an opportunity. That's what's vital. That is number one. You're also seeing that this bill is proposed cuts for electric vehicles. But at the same time, there was another tweet by a Democratic group. Can't make this up. And they basically said, why is Trump hiding? Release the Epstein files. Kill the bill and release the Epstein files. So be aware of what happens with this bill, because this bill impacts us as government contractors, as business owners, as taxpayers, as American citizens. It impacts us. This bill isn't a one-time thing that lasts for several years. Yeah, it happens every year. So don't get rattled. Lean into your higher power. Keep coming back. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and keep bidding. There are thousands of opportunities out there, and I'll keep you posted on what comes next between these two titans. Who knows, maybe tomorrow there's a real picture of them hugging and baking cookies or something. I don't know. All I know is we will have a budget, a bill will eventually be passed, and space exploration may be put on hold. But it's all right. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Don't forget, y'all, everything is possible. Until next time, take care. Bye.